I've got a Naruto battle for you guys. Basically, the bottom of the barrel of the Konoha 12. Who are those two people? It's Kiba and Tenten. They're going to be fighting each other to see who's really the weakest amongst the Konoha 12. And since they're at the bottom of the barrel, the loser of this fight is basically considered the weakest. And if you watch my previous videos, you already know who's going to win this fight. But I'm making this video so because you wanted to know what I think about Kiba versus Tenten. So here we go. They're fighting. They're fighting in the training grounds of Konoha. Where they train the Genians and shit. They're gonna fight it there. They're just gonna fight there. That's the environment. So physical strength wise, that goes to Kiba. Now, some people are gonna be like the animal edge over, that bitch and shit like that. Yeah, and you're right about that, right? He has the physical, strength of the dog. Right? She trains with my guy. That conditioning isn't anything to sneeze at. Strength, though, goes to Kiba. He has better lifting and striking power than she does. He can inflict more damage. And he can lift more than she can. Now, speed-wise, it goes to Tenten. Why did I say it goes to Tenten? She trained with my guy. She can get away from shit quickly, right? But I don't say that she's way faster than Kiba. I'm not saying that. She's barely faster than him. Durability wise, I give that shit to Kiba. She'll have to land a couple of times to actually do damage to do serious damage, right? To where he slows the fuck down and all that. Now, endurance is one of those things where people might come at me and shit, but I think Tenten got that. Like I said, she trains with my guy, Rock Lee, and Neji. Now, she's not on their level, but she does have to do the same things they do. Whatever the fuck, my guy had them do, she had to do too. So she has endurance. Better than Kiba. Intellect goes to Tenten. Tenten is a little bit smarter than Kiba. I wouldn't say Tenten is completely, I wouldn't say she's smart, but she's, smarter than him. And experience-wise, it actually goes to her too. Now, I have to say this before the people get, well, he went to the fucking, he was on the team to find Sasuke, wasn't he? Yeah, he was on the team to find Sasuke, but Tenten was already a ninja a year before Kiba was. So she has, some experience over him. And then in the 4th grade Ninja War, she was helping fight against Kinkaku and Ginkaku, which is a more powerful enemy. These two are basically not main fighters, if you know what I mean. They don't get main fights in Shippuden like them versus some, badass, right? They get to help somebody else out, and she did her job better. She's had more experience than he has. Better experiences too. Close skills, and I know what people are saying though. But she don't have that much screen time. Yeah, and with less screen time, she's doing shit like that. Close skills go to Kiba. He can run up on her and really do some damage to this bitch, and he can. But brain skills, I give that shit to Tenten. She has the iron chain balls. She has the kunai. She has zenbone. She has basically any kind of weapon you think of. And I'm giving her the Sage 6 Paths tools too for this fight, since Kiba has Akamaru on his side, and that turns the tide in her favor actually. Recoup goes to Kiba. When it comes to recovery, I think they you could give it to either one of them. They ain't known for the recovery, but I think he can recover decently. Hacks go to Kiba. He does things with Akamaru. They have that really tight connection. Fang over Fang. that's a move that's gonna, it will, do damage to Tenten. And he'll have to answer with that, right? Environment goes to Tenten. Well, actually, it goes to Kiba. He knows the force of, going on, all that shit, right? Because he's an animal, kind of. But the winner is Tenten here. Extreme difficulty with the Stage 6 pass tools. That's the shit that, ends the shit, right? If she knows that he's gonna use Fang over Fang with Akamaru in their fused form, right? The triple Fang over Fang shit, right? She can, summon the ninja tools and steal them away. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Safe. Now, she's gonna have to work him up to get to that point, right? She's cutting him the fuck up with weapons, and then he's, hitting her with attacks when he can land them, but eventually he's gonna have to, be like, fuck this bitch, I'm going all out. And when he does that, she has her, sealing urns ready. Boom, summons him. And yeah, Kiba can't fight against that. He ain't strong enough to. It was able to seal away Ginkaku, right? And they weren't weak, right? So Tenten wins Extreme Diff. Alright. And if you want to fight about it in the comments, you can. But that's the result of this fight. Be cool on the corner and let me know what you think.